Hey, I want to welcome everybody to TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Empowerment USA. You already know TNS Media Group with the team and the family once again as we continue to be, doing what we're doing in the sports world. Big fight just been announced. As you know, we bring you breaking news. Big fight just announced with Jaron Boots Ennis, who's going to be taking on Lima. Lima is, I'll say his name, Uisma Lima. This fight will be taking place October the 11th at the Wells Fargo Arena. That's going to be in Philadelphia. It's going to be It's going to be Boots debuted at 154 pounds. Boots will be made his way up to 154 pounds after making his name or making it or solidifying himself at 147 pounds. This fight at 154 pounds, as I mentioned, for Boots. This is just, a fight that's going to get him acclimated to the 154 pounds, 154 pound division. This fight, for me, you look at Lima, he's 14-1, 10 KOs, 71% KO rate. Got one loss, as I said before. He did win the IBO world title at some point, or he had there's so many belts out there now, but he had the IBO title. Now you go to Boots, 34-0, 30 KOs with an 88% knockout rate. Boots has been knocking everybody out. Can he take the power up to 154 pounds? I think so. I think that he's going to go up here. I think he's going to cause a lot of guys to I don't want to say run, but there's going to be a lot of ducking going on when Boots get up there to the 154 pound division. It's going to be a lot of fighters that's going to be moving up, vacating, possibly allowing him to get those titles. This fight here, as I said, is going to be on the zone. Eddie Hearn is just trying to get Boots acclimated. As we know, there's a difference in skill and difference in talent. Some people are talented, skilled, and some people are God gifted. And in my opinion, Boots is God gifted. He's one of those guys that you see, like, you put him in there, so far looking at what he's done and his skills and his ability to be, offensively gifted, talented, defensively talented. And then you put him in here against these fighters, and you just look at his level of skill, and you're like, who can beat Boots? And I don't think there's anyone that may pose a threat to Boots. Now, there are some guys in there that that I think that can get in the ring of Boots and make it very, very interesting. Now, can any of these guys derail the train? You got Ortiz up there, who's currently wanting to fight Boots, so they say. So let's look at the actual division. Let's look at the actual division of the 154 pounds. Look at all the champions up there, and when you get to this division, you look at the champions there, and then you look at Boots just coming into the division. You got to say that he has a real good chance of becoming undisputed in this division, because he's been, highly decorated, and he's been knocking these guys out. Now, let's look at the 154 pound division, the champs there. I just want to make sure we're being accurate. Now we have Alexander Zayas. He's a WBO. Bahram Murtazalev. I'm sorry I messed your name up, guy, but they still have Terrence Crawford there being a champion as well. Then Fundora, who's not who's not an easy fight for anyone due to his height and length. Now you look at these guys here at the 154 pound division, and you say, I don't really see anybody there outside of Crawford, but Crawford's fighting Canelo. Crawford's probably not going to fight at 154 again. But you got Sebastian Fundora. Fundora, real tall, lanky, throws a lot of punches, but he gets hits a lot. But let's go back to this fight with Jaron Boots Ennis, being from Philadelphia, and being around Boots, his family, his father, all those guys over there, Everett, his management. You can see that they know that they have somebody special. They have a special talent. They have somebody who's going to be, around for a long time. Boots is still fairly young, just coming into his prime. Has a lot of good years of boxing left, especially being around those guys like Bozy and who's going to kind of get him prepared. I spoke about something a while ago in regards to Boots, and I was around his family as I said, and around Boots. We got an interview that you guys go check out as well. That's on YouTube now, and all of the other platforms. But you have Boots and the way that he deals and interacts with his father. It's no disrespect. It's just like the utmost respect for his father, and that says a lot about this young man. Lima, in my opinion, you're gonna get throttled. I mean, I think Boots is gonna stop him. He's gonna come to Philadelphia, and he's gonna come here. He's gonna get in front of this crowd, and the people in Philadelphia are very, very passionate about their fighters, their sports, you name it. And we have a champion from our city. We haven't had anybody from our city since I believe we do got, can't knock Danny Garcia, Scooter, and all the B-Hop, but Boots is now, and Scooter still Stephen Fulton is now as well. But I was talking about Boots right now. You're talking about somebody Boots that has the KO power, the stardom. He has the ability to be possibly the face of boxing at some point, and everybody can see it. Everyone knows it. If you look at the skill set of this guy, you can see that he has the potential to be the face of boxing at some point. Once you have Tank and Canelo there, but these Boots is making his way up the rankings to get right there. I think he just need the proper fights, the more knockouts, and he'll be right there up there with Canelo and Gervonta Tank Davis at some point. So I look forward to this fight. And my prediction on April the 11th, as I said, Lima is going to get stopped. I see this fight ending somewhere around 8 or 9. Just look at Boots' last performance, man. Stanionis was the champion. You put him in front of Boots, what happened? He stopped him. So Lima, you're going to get stopped as well, possibly around 8 or 9. Boots is going to pressure you because Boots is actually a really big welterweight, not on duty. But you look at his skill set, look at his size, not on duty, coming into the ring. He has everything, all the intangibles. And Lima, you're going to be going to sleep. Once again, Lima, you're going to be going to sleep. Don't back out the fight, but I'm pretty sure you're going to get paid well. But I see Boots knocking you out. And now this is also a WBA super welterweight final eliminator. So, that means that the winner of this fight, the WBA, will be in line to fight, Terrence Crawford if he doesn't vacate that belt. If you haven't vacated that as of yet, which means Boots will get that fight with Crawford. But I see Crawford probably vacating and moving on. And then you got Virgil Ortiz is a WBA state junior middleweight interim champion. So you can go either different ways with this because you have Turkey Al-Sheikh dealing with Eddie Hearn in them now. So this fight can, there's a lot of ways they will go if Boots, and well, I'll say when Boots wins this fight by devastating fashion, there's going to be a line of opportunities there. Now, will these fighters take this fight and fight Boots? We'll just have to see. But I'm happy to see Boots back in the ring. October the 11th on the Zone and the Wells Fargo Arena, where it will be rocking. The crowd will be going crazy. The atmosphere is going to be electric, and Boots is going to come out there and he's going to perform. He's going to put on for his city like he always does. It's TBISE, the best in sports entertainment.